Now then people, so been a bit short on updates recently because honestly admin at the minute is driving me bonkers. This is when my life feels like work. Not that I wanted to feel sorry for me, but shipments, them in Alone are just a different beast. The amount of people involved in organising a shipment with all the different breeders and different locations they're coming from, customers, it's good fun. It really is good fun. But other than that, everything's going well here. Fish from Taniguchi have been in, looking good. Very, very pleased to have some golden corns back on site. Excited for that. And yeah, looking forward to all the stuff coming in. Boiler's working phenomenally. Actually getting some data now on what the running costs are looking like on that, heating all them ponds, and that is making me smile big time. The efficiency of the thing is just remarkable. And yeah, overall, just looking forward to all the plans coming up. Work, there's just going to be work going on all year as I look to really, you know, keep pressing on really with the place and improving things, getting the new ponds built. I'm excited, but let's see if we actually get it all done in the end. For now though, I've got a few bits to do today I'm going to share with you, but first and foremost, a little bit of fun, because this is something right now that's made me incredibly happy. When you know me and my sort of targets in my head that I set in regards to raising fish and the benchmarks being mud pond raised Nisai at top breeders in Japan, and looking to achieve that same length, skin quality, colour quality and body volume more importantly. And right now I've just released a Nisai that albeit it's lost a little bit of volume through shipping and shipping preparation, but I've released it into the pond where I've been raising my very best Nisai that I've raised since kind of 12 to 15 cm fish. And I'm just going to play a little game. I'm going to record the whole pond with everything turned off. I want you guys to pick out the fish, the one fish in there that's been mud pond raised in Japan and not with me here in the UK. And you can see why I'm incredibly happy, chap, with what's been achieved in here. Right, so here we go. Forgive you can't see the coloration of the fish properly, but this is the pond. Let me make sure I capture everything. Like I say, out of all them, just one is an NND Sankey that I bought. It's a great fish, like I say, albeit, you know, it's lost a bit of volume since I bought it, but not masses, to be fair. And that was mud pond raised. And all these have been concrete pond raised in this 3.5k, or these 3.5k ponds I've got in here. I'm pretty blown away with this pond, to be honest. And you see the quality of the stuff as it comes up. And I'm just going to show you that in a minute actually, because this is just how the camera struggles to adjust the colour with the yellow staining in the water. But yeah, to fill the blank in for you, let me just try and find it now. Yeah, so just here, that Sankey there is the one, the skinny girl. So just again for reference, that one there, just been put in, now quarantine's finished. My god, needs a good meal down it. Great fish though, exciting, very exciting prospect. Just to show you the difference in colour, look, when they get up to the surface, the camera can actually focus, that is what you would expect that colour level to be. That's a phenomenal fish. If you saw how this had transformed, Dragon Ball Sankey, my goodness, the Sumi, I'm watching it change every week, and this fish go from a nothing fish really, because of the lack of Benny in the middle of the body, to just completely transforming with that Sumi progression. Right, one of today's tasks, ball bags here. Hello. And he's come to check on the 3,000 fish that he's currently got sat at Koi Wholesale, taking up all my precious pond space. But I'm annoyed at him. I'm seriously annoyed. So last year, you might remember the video when I had some very special Dainichi Kohaku 2 bowls I separated the best pieces into. And this nutcase phoned me up and asked for a price on one at bowls. It took me 2 days to decide. And then he actually said yes. And then when the results have been exceptional, which of course he expected, the best stuff, I offered to grow him again, which I'm really struggling with because I have to keep looking at them as I keep making them better and better. So let me flip this round and show you the epicness. Before we have a look then, what do you reckon, ball bag?
You've done alright, mate, yeah.
How good am I really?
Well, got to be careful or else your head won't get back out the door, will it?
You're struggling with this, aren't you, right now?
Well, yeah. You've done well. All female as well.
Oh my god. Honestly, I'm not happy. I just told him that if these, I knew they were good. Hence why I did make him pay for it. But had we been at this point now, I'd have laughed in his face.
Yeah, seriously messed up, mate. There, didn't he?
This is just insane. So yeah, I'm growing these through to Sansai next year. And it's just going to be wild. So I have a bit of a size check now. When was it? October last?
October, yeah.
End of October, when I got back from Japan. I think biggest grad was 48. Which will have been one of these. So let's have a quick look.
Let's look at this though.
Oh. 55 cm.
Oh, nice.
About 20 months old. Bit of a slow burner this one, but I think next year you're really going to see this come alive. Simple fish, but you've got these technical elements of the pattern, these little bits. But as this fish grows out, the body gets big and the pattern lifts a bit, they sort of come into play a bit more. What a piece. And this one generally carries a bit more power. 50 on that, 50-51. Again, look at that quality. Oh dear, you upset me.
You agreed to it.
So you go, I'm just trying to torment him with a bit of prime Sakai real estate. These are outrageous. Again, we're about 20 months old again. This one's Dragon Ball. Don't know the parent set of that one, but it's certainly got some shoulders on it. So here's one out the bowl that he didn't pick. It's a quirky one. Pattern's going to divide opinions, but I love it.
Marmite fish.
It is so red and white. The
Very
Shiroji, I don't know if it comes through, it's got like, you can see the shine, there's such a concentration of cells in it. I think should look even more impressive as the body keeps coming with that one. Nothing wrong with a bit of quirky every now and again. Right, so just going to share something else with you here, because Neil has been taking up one of my precious ponds with quite a phenomenal batch of fish, to be fair. So got everything prepped. It's pond behind me. I'm going to get this netted up now, get all these packed. So I'll let you have a little sneak at what's making its way over there, because there's some pretty impressive pieces. So look at this precious lot. He's as bad as me, this bloke. Hey,
I think I own more fish than you.
They're not quite helpful. you have got problems though.
We have
got in here some more phenomenal Dainichi Kohakus. Good belly on that. Absolutely stunning. Kage Kiyotsuris. Ginrin Kiyotsuris, look at that. Akamatsubas. You name it, it goes on and on and on. Chiba, absolutely to die for. Tancho Sankey from Dragon Ball lineage, super piece. More Kohaku, Mizuogans, Sage. Yeah, look at this as well. I think this is actually a client's fish, but super Dragon Ball Sankey. Yeah, so we get these packed up now and they're making their way back to
The farm.
That's it, mate. Pattern on that one as well. Gorgeous. Quite distressful, this, mate. To show you this, because this looked good when he bought it, to be fair, and made it look even better now. That's not this, by the way, but that's just a cool ginga. Really, really cool fish. But there is a Kurogoshki. Still available at the time of me recording this. Maybe not long after, if it is still there. This actually featured in Koi Talk magazine as well, but my god, just look at it. It is insane. And then there's also this rocket of a Takano Sankey. I can actually find it. Look at this, folks. Coloration level, the everything level, to be fair. Just wait for this bit of sumi on this side, but what a piece. So, it's been a busy morning, and yeah, great to see Neil. That guy just loves it. We've got some cracking fish here at his place. Yeah, man after my own heart with all that stuff. But yeah, right now I've got my Question Time live show this evening, and I've been doing a weekly segment in that. So I just need to get that recorded, and yeah, for it, I'm going to be looking at my male pond right here. Some of the Dainichi, and just having a look, see a look at some of the progress of particular fish and just the whole thing, and thoughts on the male fish alone. So I'll include them segments. Now you can have a look over that and enjoy it if you've not seen it on the live show already. So this is the collection. I think the first thing I want to point out is body volume. When you look at these two Kohaku in front of me, look, they're absolutely packing. Every Kohaku you look at there, Showa, Sankey, you name it. The crazy black Zeus is in here as well. Like I say, really, guys, you cannot see the colour properly. You will when you get in the bowl. This Kohaku, these are all fish, regardless of what they are gender-wise. You know, they're going to do incredible things. There's 75-80 centimetre potential in them. I'm hopefully going to prove that that can be achieved, and achieved in this environment. You know, this has primarily always been male fish, so it's really played to their strengths. There was only a couple of females that grew with them last year, this side to Sansai, so it's gave them every chance, which has never really been the case with male fish. You know, they get shoved to one side. It's only when breeders have been giving them the conditions they thrive in the most, where you start seeing the results that we've been seeing. And you can take nothing away from these. This is an elite collection of fish, the highest level. And still not to mistake, you know, this is a very valuable collection of fish as well. It's just, if these were female, I certainly wouldn't have this pond swimming around. You know, there'd be ×3 at the very least, price-wise. They're insane. I love this pond. I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated to see what can keep being achieved. So right now it's far too overstocked. My issue is, however, I cannot see, I've already kind of selected and weaned this down, I cannot see what I'm going to take away from these next year. So it might just be a case of seeing what I can do holding this stocking level. We'll have to wait and see. To be fair, the big pond over there with big fishing has been way too overstocked from where I wanted it, and they've still achieved phenomenal things. The big Marusho Sankey I checked in on yesterday has gone from 73 to 79 cm already, which I'm delighted with, you know, and the body volume it's packed on has been crazy. So yeah, time will tell here. Right now I hope you get the gist that kohaku there, I think, was about 65 last time I checked, which is in line with, you know, female Sansai that get pulled from the mud pond at the likes of an NND or somewhere like that. I'm not saying we're exactly in line with Dainichi, you know, them things are, they're pushing it on, but these fish were always kind of against it, even to the point of buying them as tosai. You know, they were behind on the fish being kept as tatigoi there because they had the period of being sold, being shipped, being quarantined. They lost months out of that equation, but there's certainly, you know, my expectation of a quality Sansai female is 65 cm. That's kind of like where it needs to be. And a lot of these are there as males as well. So here you can see what a lot of them were. And again, as I've learned, you know, when they're hitting these kind of sizes, and what I've learned from the Dainichi fish I've bought over time is, I think around the 20 cm mark, they might have early indications of them being male. The percentages were just too high over 2 years of buying the quantity that nobody else has got near. This thing really is turning out quite phenomenal as well. But certainly at these sizes, they can tell. They're putting down the section now, but they know what's happening. So all of these fish are still in this pond. This one was quite fascinating. This was actually, I won a, at the time was it 37, so 38 boo Miyabi prize at the Wakagoi Koi show with that one. This one's a firm fan favourite. It converts anybody who has ever seen it. It's gone, I'm not really into them, and then they've seen that, and certainly as it looks at the minute, I'm done a complete U-turn on that. Here we move on to some of my favourites. So these are Dainichi Toyota from the Kinsen lineage as well. Two phenomenal pieces. I really did go out on a limb at the time to get them. This thing's transformed. So yeah, that's them. So let's pull a few up now and take a closer look. I start with this one, 30 cm on arrival as a tosai, and yeah, like I say, the Dainichi Toyota Kinsen line. Here we are today. This measuring bowl only went up to 62 actually, but yeah, I think this one's sat 63, 64 now. Just look at the body mass. I've always said it, you know, this is about bone structure. When the bone structure's right, and that fish has always had it, look. The power, the length, the width, the head especially. This is where we end up. I mean, the ben is just pure Dainichi. And also this subset, this Kinsen lineage, obviously Kinsen was the All Japan Koi Show Grand Champion. That was a Dainichi Toyota fish. The Benny just seems to be a level above, which that fish was a level above with the Benny. But I mean, right now I'm anticipating where we're at size-wise. This hopefully hit around 72 is where I'll be aiming for next year with this. The body volume that's going to come with that, it's just going to go with ease. I mean, you look at the height, look, these fish are solid as well. You know, when you actually get them, they are solid. Look at that height behind the head. Awesome. Just power, sheer power. This isn't just because, obviously they have the genetics, yes, there's no arguing that helps. But a lot of them fish out there have got the quality genetics these days. This is more about picking the right, say the structure, and you get that bit of the fish right and then give it the environment, away we go. So this one was just phenomenal. This was the best fish in this auction at the time. Just look at that, look. Bone structure perfection there. Look at the head and look how that's played out. Right here we've got a fish. If I can't get this to 80 cm, there's going to be something wrong. With big volume to come. I'm not saying it's female volume, but it's going to be, I mean, it's huge now. It's just going to fill out over time like any female fish would as well. But again, the Benny, that real Kinsen characteristic. The power in this fish is insane. I mean, look at the backbone still. It's not finished filling out because the the mass needs to expand around that backbone. That's what's going to happen. The head look, the height. It's going to be a scary, scary piece eventually. I'd feel with that one. The last time was checking was about 65. I'd say there's probably been a bit more on that now as well. Remarkable stuff. So again, Dainichi Niigata, this one, offspring of Wild. I have had good success with that particular parent set and becoming quite fond of it. But again, look at the bone structure. Just look at nothing else. Head, shoulders, and then boom. This is probably one of the harder fish to compute as being a male piece right now. Just look at the mass. It is huge. Quality wise, look at that belly. It's just unbelievable. The power, you know, that's sitting about 63. That was from 25 cm. You can see there. It is a bonkers fish. Again, the mass this is going to carry by this point next year is just going to be staggering. And over 70 I'm going to anticipate, or around 70, 72 will be the target. It's just going to be bonkers. Again, Shiroji, take nothing away, male fish, yes, they will tend to carry a bit more yellow. The only reason these aren't absolutely glistening white right now is the diet they've been on. They're still growing quite intensively. Although I have stripped the colour food out at the minute, they're just on growth. But they've not been in any conditioning phase. They're still being raised. What a piece. So this one's going to shock you. This was actually, I think, a second prize winner at the Wakigoi that year. Now, this sumi here, as it showed quite early, is not good quality sumi. This is the sort of stuff that, as I saw it on the picture, I didn't expect it to be around at Nisai. Very superficial, kind of top of the skin, very much baby sumi. You see there, 37 cm from the Super Monster line. And now, this is currently where this fish is at. One of my favourite pieces in here, actually. So what happened here? Again, nothing that panicked me. Again, look at that. It's male. Really actually even got quite a curvaceous line underneath, which looks more female. So yeah, this sumi, as soon as this fish started growing, it felt a bit of heat. That sumi all fell off. And then what happened, we're left with the true sumi underneath, which then slowly begins to emerge and come up over time. And the real quality, at the point it's coming through now, it's getting that real depth, lacquer-like quality to it. Exactly what I expected. So it was no shock to me to see that happen. Patience with the head is needed. It's teasing. All this sumi here is fairly new. Motoguro coming back. All been there. It's just a case of time, but what a fish. When that head does truly come back and the rest of the body, what a shower. Really awesome. The size as well. I mean, we're about 65, 66 on this one now. Maybe bigger now. It was that when I last checked in. What a piece. But that kind of development is nothing to be alarmed by. Like I say, you can see here, look, you can see the scalation in the sumi. That's what's the indicator that there wasn't quality to it. Now, you can't, look. When you see the finished sumi now, especially that side, it's getting real depth. When it gets that depth, you can't see the scalation, and that's quality sumi. But again, what a piece. What a piece. If this is female at Dainichi, we're talking telephone numbers. And that is reality. I watch it happen all the time. So I think now's a good time for the beast that is. So this was the first year these were released by Dainichi. An unknown entity. They were fetching crazy, crazy fish, and this was the best they had to offer. It was exceptional. It was a hell of a battle to get it. And my God, was it worth it, because we sat now around that 65 cm mark and that body hasn't gone away, look. You saw the power, the width, everything there, the head, and boom. So this does carry a bit of strong yellowing, which I don't think the colour foods help. This has actually whitened up quite a lot since the colour food's been removed. And it may never come, you know, super white. You just can't deny how impressive this is. It is humongous, look. The mass of it. So you've had a similar thing happen with the sumi here. This actually fell back way more than this. I've got a video clip I'll share at some point where there was almost no sumi, and then over time it's re-emerged. The head's still waiting, look, and the Motogoro in the fins is still waiting, although it is there, it's coming. You can see the head pattern actually re-emerging on the nose where it wasn't really so much in the first place, but you can see around the sides of the face starting again as well. Look. This fish just never fails to impress. It is quite special what they've done. Having Deutz fish with this kind of body is just not normal. That's what I find so impressive. And you see this sumi quality mixed with the ginrin. I'm just fascinated by them. I really hope we do see a comeback with these this year. So yeah, through to next year for the Sansai. So one of the last two I'm going to share, really rare beasts from Dainichi or Sansai. I did mop up quite a few from that particular year. They seem to have a good spawn. Only 2 remain in this pond. But this is really looking dream. But again here, the sumi is probably the bit you're going to get, but it's this exact same process. More common with Showa, Sansai than Showa. Yeah. Look at that. But what you see, I mean, this sumi was good, to be fair. It's gone, it went completely, and now we're starting to come back through at 3 years old. Look at the quality of that sumi. It is immense. Breaking through there, the Subo sumi, that's going to take a bit longer because Benny always, it acts as like a buffer, brings it up faster. What a piece. This one overall is not going to get the same. I think, you know, we might end up around 75-ish mark as a sort of when it starts to real peter out with the growth. What a delight. Again, the power in that body, you can see the bone structure. Look at the power. That height, look. Insanity. I love it. So again, possibly overlook this one because of the lack of sumi, which is something you've got to be so careful of. I picked this again based on, look at that head, look at the mouth, quality just looked insane. What sumi was there looked insane. You've got to give these things time. It's a toe size 25 cm. Ex-ginrin of Dainichi, just super high demand, and this is one of those radical transformations. Just look at that now. There's not a lot more to say about this, and just still getting better as the sumi's knitting together. All this sumi here was smaller isolated spots, all blocking together now, which is a normal process. It's coming from everywhere. What a fish. Absolute dream. And even as a ginrin look, a ginrin male, ginrin makes it more difficult from a growth perspective with most lineages. Then you say male, but that's keeping up with the others, you know, that's a 60, maybe 61-ish cm fish, maybe 62 now. Just insane. Look at that. So there you go guys, another busy day at the ranch. Really nice to see them. That pond is just mind-blowing, really is. And yeah, so busy organising shipments at the minute. That is really stressing me out, that it really is. So I'm going to get stuck back into them this afternoon. And yeah, other than that, now Sunnybanks Fish are headed to their shop. The Kaze grow out fish in the pond behind me here. They've got a pond outside waiting, so they were actually supposed to finish growing at the end of Jan, but have kept them on. Pretty much had another month at it, which has been good. But ponds, yeah, waiting outside. They're going to get moved tomorrow as I begin to try and make some more space, which, as you'll probably hear, is going to be the bane of my life for the next couple of months, really. But there we go, the joys of it. But yeah, I'll be back soon.